What's up, guys? And that's here from this Tri Family Mini Show. So I'm going to do a weekly series on real estate questions and the real estate process and what happens when you buy a house and how do you sell a house. So this is the first episode. So today we're going to talk about home inspections. I'm not really sure how this is going to go, how I'm going to structure it. I'm just going to start talking, and then there might be a bunch of talking in circles, but eventually I'll get to the point, and it'll all be great. So I usually upload these by themselves on as parents, and you not have a plan, YouTube, and your Disney Plus and all that stuff on your computer, right? You can use, and when you're in a caloric deficit, to try to when you buy a home, put in an offer, at some point you are going to need to, and this is on a typical, everything goes great, market is normal, because a lot of people, as part of their offer, will say that they will skip the home inspection. So anyway, we'll just talk about home inspections in general. So home inspection, the buyer pays for the home inspection. There could be seller ones, but we'll talk about that later. So the buyer pays for the home inspection. Your real estate agent will have a list of people that they can recommend to you. If you know a friend that does it, you trust them more, because what they're going to do is you pay for them, you give them a check, they show up at the house. Everybody who is interested, so if you're paying for it, you should be there with your agent. And if the house is occupied, of course you're gonna, I guess you can choose to have the people there or not, but most of the time they could probably like take a walk around the block, but they're close. So the home inspector is not looking for hey, that's an ugly lamp, or stuff like that. It's structural and safety issues that he finds, or he or she finds, with the home. I know the couple that we've done, they one was better than the other, but they really get in there, and I wouldn't say they go over the house with a fine-tooth comb, but they know what to look for, what areas they should look for, where the most common problems are, the signs for things that they should look for. And so they start, I'm sure they start when you do it as an agent, you walk, it's called the state of the right rule. So you walk in the house, you just follow the wall all the way around, always taking rights. Eventually you'll make it all the way around the house, in and out of every room, and you do the same thing upstairs, and then you make it out the front door. So they have their plan, whatever it is. So like I said, they're looking for structural and safety issues that could be a problem with the home, right? And it's kind of like a fail-safe, right? So you submitted an offer. You could have submitted, some money, earnest money with your offer, but you yourself, aren't an inspector, right? You're not a contractor. You've taken a cursory view of the inside of the home. If there's something obvious, of course you can see it. You may think you're being very thorough in your own personal inspection of the home, but these people are professionals, and they're going to look for other things. What do they look for? They look for water damage, right? Structural issues, old damage to the roof, plumbing problems, pest issues, HVAC problems. So they have the whatever form they have with their company, and they go around the house and write everything down. So again, they don't do cosmetic issues, right? If the paint's chipping, they don't, unless it's is caused by something else, they really don't report that to you. So at the end, because you paid for it, you get a formal report within 2-3 days. Now it's fast with pictures, and they email it to you. They have a form where they can populate everything from other documents and import pictures, and it looks nice. And they'll report to you. In this room, I saw this issue. In this room, I saw this issue. right? They don't do anything other than that. You know, they don't tell you this is how much it costs or this is the guy you should call. Or they don't do any of that. They're strictly just reporting the problems to you. So you have this document now, right? But the seller is not obligated to do anything with it, right? You can't say, well, they're not obligated, right? So you can then take your document and say, you know, we found these issues, right? So then you can then use this to negotiate, right? They can either decide if they're nice people. I'm not saying that people that don't do it aren't nice people, but if they feel obligation to do so, they can fix the problems, right? If it's like, right, if it's like what? If it's like, oh, the water damage is caused by this tub, right? And they go and they fix the tub and they get it certified again, and then you can prove that it's fixed, then, you know, they did it for you, right? Or you can like negotiate the price of the property again, right? That's another thing you can do. Or they can give you some sort of credit, which is basically renegotiating the price. Or they can say, we'll do half, right? We understand the roof has issues. We're not going to spend for a new roof, right? We'll do something, right? We won't pay all of it. We'll give you some money for it, right? Or you can use it to say, you know what, cosmetically, this house looks great. We made an offer on it thinking that cosmetically it had no issues, and that was like there was no other structural issues with it because they weren't obvious to us, not being inspectors. But because we found these issues and they're not something that we want to undertake as well as buying the home, we don't want to have to fix all the problems. All right, we are now, because of the big problems that we have here, we are not going to purchase the home. You're not going to fix them. We're going to walk away, right? So you can do that as well. So a home inspection is something that you can do as a safety fail-safe on your end to make sure that you're buying a property that is worth the money that you're going to spend on it, because it's probably going to be the biggest purchase of your career, your financial career, right? And you want to make sure you're putting investing in something worthwhile. So anyway, there are seller ones. Those are not very common. I don't think the seller would want to spend that money to find these issues. That's at least less common than the buyer one. But it's really a fail-safe for you to make sure you're getting your money's worth. So, home inspection, if you have any other questions, shoot me an email. Click down below. I have a link to 2 ebooks that I wrote. My name is Andres. This is the Strong Family Money Show, and I will talk to you guys next time.